All right, let's see if this is better. I'm going to record instead of live streaming. I was hoping to live stream. Anyways, so something I do every year, or almost every year, is I completely refresh my PC. I delete all my games, all my settings, all my programs, everything, and then I reinstall Windows fresh. A lot of this is because I do a lot of putzing around with trying to configure games or controllers I have to work certain ways, and some of it includes adjusting things like registry editor, or I should say, some things like registry are having to be adjusted, as well as installing and uninstalling programs. Sometimes installing programs that I'm not really comfortable installing and then uninstalling them later, and on and on and on. So it's just something I try to do so that everything I've done to set up my PC for sim racing and gaming in general is not lost. A lot of that knowledge that I've built over the years, if I didn't do this, a lot of it would be gone because I only get a new PC every 5 years to 7 years, depending on how beefy it is when I get it. So after 5 years, if I had to get a new PC and set everything back up from scratch, I know I'd forget a good chunk of everything that's needed. So, sorry. So, knowing that, one of the things that I do is I take a backup of my Stream Deck. And when I take a backup of my Stream Deck, I usually delete the one from the previous year. Uh, Sometimes I just leave it, because who cares? It takes up like a few K. In fact, let me see if I have it open. No, I don't. Let me go out to it. So that would be network. Where's network? Must be down here. All right, so we'll go to, come on, network, share, games, and then applications. There we go. All right, so here um, I'll have all of my Stream Deck stuff. And what I keep in here is the backup as well as all the icons I've put together over the years. The icons aren't as important because once you save an icon to the Stream Deck and then back up the Stream Deck, it will be within this backup. However, I've been off for the past 6 days, and I did this 2 or 3 days ago, like reset my PC. And I assumed, because I kind of lose track of dates when I'm on vacation, it's just the nature of what vacations do to my brain. I think most people are like that. But, anyways, what it did is it kind of uh, discombobulated my understanding of what the actual date was. And something I can't stand, I'm in IT, so this bothers me more and more when I'm using OSs. But the fact that the date is 128 instead of 2024-0128 is really annoying for many, many reasons, least of which is what happened here. So I looked at the date and I saw that this was 128 and the other one was like 125 or something. And I was like, oh, this is the newer one. Okay, let me just delete the old one then. So I deleted the old one. The old one wasn't the old one, obviously. The old one was the new one. It was 125 of 2026. So this is a 2-year-old backup, which means a portion of everything that I've set up on my Stream Deck is now gone. No way to get it back. I already tried all of that. Failed. So, excuse me. So where I'm at right now is I was actually going to set the Stream Deck up from scratch. Um, and what I decided to try instead, after about a day of really being pissed off at myself, I realized, what, let's see what this backup looks like. So, for those that don't know, I'll just run through this. To do a backup, you click the little cog up in your Stream Deck application, and there's this little drop down arrow here under Profiles, and you do Backup All, Create Backup. And then when you want to restore, you do the same thing. You come in here, except you won't have, actually, you know what? Let me just do a backup. I will create a backup. I'm just going to do this instead. So I'm going to overwrite what's there because that really should have been what I did anyways. And now if I delete all of these, watch me be wrong, that would be terrible. Actually, I think I just hit the delete key. Yeah. Okay. So I've deleted everything, and now I have nothing here, no profiles, no nothing. So now what I'll do is I'll go back in, go to profiles, click the little down arrow, and instead of import, which makes the most sense, you have to go to backup all, restore from backup, double click here. Yes, that's fine. Restore from backup. You'll see the Stream Deck kind of reboot, and now we have back to where we were. So, lesson learned, well, maybe we'll see if it happens again next year, but lesson learned for the time being. Now, where is my starts? Okay, so I'm going to move my start screen to the top. That's my default, which is good. And this is the AC. Okay, that's fine. So let me close that. Close that. All right. So one of the things that I need to do is figure out why these hotkeys aren't working. Now, this is these just because I have this up a lot, this particular profile. I had to look because I forgot what it's called, profile. This particular profile has these two buttons that read out whatever is here. So in this case, it would show you your ABS level. In this key right now, it can't find anything. So if I click on this, you'll see down here it says unable to identify missing plugin. Now, this plugin is a SimHub plugin. Now, what I'm not sure of, and I don't know why, it's not here. I reinstalled all the plugins that look to have been installed before, which I also didn't plan to have to do, but all I have now is this trigger mapper role. So what I'll do is I'll show you what this looks like. I'll go to my play area. I'll move this to the bottom. Actually, let me go back in here. I want to rearrange these correctly. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. This goes all the way to the bottom. iRacing goes under ATS, and then Windows. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's better. All right, so we want to go to play area. I already added it here, but just to show you how to add it, I just go down here to this trigger control mapper. I grab it, drag it up to wherever I want, and drop it. And now if I click on it, you'll see that I can name it something if I wanted to, but it has this roll option. Now, this roll option has all of these things in it. There's a lot of stuff here that is not standard, like L right, L push, R twist left, R twist right. That's because I set these up myself within SimHub. Now, the reason for doing this is there is something, if you look to the right here, there is something called Control Mapper. Now, I've had SimHub for however many years, 7, maybe 10 years. I don't even know when it came out, but I had it early on. Anyways, this Control Mapper, what this allows you to do is this allows you to use something called VJoy, which stands for Virtual Joystick, and it will allow you to use any button anywhere that is connected to your computer and output it as a button 1 through 128. Right now I have 45 buttons set up. And the beauty of that is you can go through, if you have multiple rims, I have 2 rims that I use through SimHub. I don't bother setting up my Moza truck sim with this because it's specific for that one game, so I'm not going to swap out any other rims for it. But in any case, what I do is I have my Sim Magic round rim, and then I have my Asher Racing McLaren rim. And the McLaren rim I use for anything that is, well, anything that doesn't have a round rim, really, in real life. Whereas the round one I use for everything else. The problem I have is that there are games like Automobilista 2, for instance, and as well as Assetto Corsa and a bunch of others, but I'll take Automobilista 2 for an example. So in Automobilista 2, the paddle shifters on the Sim Magic wheel are different numbered buttons and a different a different piece of hardware altogether than the McLaren wheel. So my problem is when I do shift up and shift down, if the game doesn't support multiple instances of shift up and shift down, you're screwed. And AMS2 is a great example of that for not a shift up and shift down, because it does have multiples for that, but for anything that deals with um, like anti-lock brake or traction control or brake balance or whatever. You only have one set of buttons that you can use for it. So my problem is before I always had to either just use the round rim or just use the McLaren rim, which is terrible, right? You're not even going to play certain cars then at that point when you decide to go with one wheel and not the other. Um, so what this does is I can set up a whole bunch of things. I can name them whatever I want. So I named button 1 to shift down and button 2 to shift up. And what you do then is after you set all these up and you get them all ready, and you do that down here by assigning roles. So I have 128 because that's what I set up VJoy with, which I'll show you in a moment. Once you're done with that, excuse me, then you go up here to the device that you want to configure. So, we'll look at like USB gamepad. This is actually a great example. So if I want to map something, I'll go to map to controller, and then you choose which ones. These are the names that I gave them over here. Ignition and Start Engine is great. There are several games that don't support my button box for whatever reason, or I shouldn't say they don't support the button box. They don't support certain buttons on the button box. Because they're either like they emulate a up, down, left, right, or uh, some kind of yaw or something. I don't know, something weird, right? So what I did here is for Le Mans Ultimate, it hates my button box. So what I've done instead is um, I have made my ignition, which is down here. You can't see it, but my ignition and my start button through this control mapper, so that here I'll show you the whole thing, so that you can now use it in any game. But when you set the game up with those buttons, you don't actually use those physical buttons. So when you actually set a game up and you want to use one of these buttons down here, you have two options. I use my phone. You can open the assistant on your phone, but I'll open it on an overlay so you can see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like on your phone, basically, except it's single. Well, it doesn't go down to single. On my phone, it's just a single row that you can scroll up or down. So when you're in the game, you click on ignition in the game, and then you just click, where's it? Right here. You would just click ignition, either on your phone or on this overlay. And in the game, you will see that it will assign it to B17 or button 17. So on my actual button box, that button I believe is 8. But because button 8 on the button box is a yaw or something weird, SimHub or Le Mans Ultimate is like, no thanks, I can't even see that button. I don't know what you're talking about. So this bypasses that problem, as well as being able to swap out um, controllers. So on the steering wheel side, you would put in one of your steering wheels that you want to set up with this, with all these buttons, and you go through um, here. So for like the Asher Racing one, I can't do it because it's not plugged in, but you saw it here. So you'd go to the Asher Racing one, and you'd scroll, and you would map every one of these things that you want to be mapped on that wheel. Then you unhook that wheel, you slap on, in my case, this is a magic wheel, and you go through the same thing. You just click and you click a button. You click here, you click the button you want to assign it to on the wheel. And that way you have parity between all of your wheels with certain buttons. So like most wheels have like 4 to 6 buttons on the top of the rim. Um, Let me just, I can show you the picture of it. That might be easier. My devices. Yeah. Well, it's hard to see, but like these 3 buttons here, right? So this one has 3 and 3. So this has 6 on the top. Some only have 2 and 2. But for myself, again, I don't know if you can see, it's probably too small, but like the rightmost button is always look back. The second to rightmost button is always switch view. And every wheel that I have, or will have, I should say, will have those two buttons mapped exactly like that. Additionally, I have the leftmost button as um, lights. I have the next leftmost button as I don't know what I have that for actually. But the third right or leftmost button is my windshield wipers. So if it's only two buttons, I will likely put one as lights and one as windshield wipers if the game has rain, of course. So that's just an example. But um, in games like AMS2, it is absolutely needed to have this control mapper if you want to have multiple rims. And then if you want to go further and you want to have like, old school big wooden rims for, the really old cars in the game, or if you play Assetto Corsa and you like playing with classic cars, this will get you around all of that misery of having to remap all of your buttons every time you want to swap out a wheel. To get this to work, however, you do need to install VJoy. So you have to go find, download VJoy. Um, Something to note is that if you install it with any of your button boxes, wheels, controllers plugged in, it may not install. It may fail to install. So you want to make sure that you have all of those things unplugged before you. I mean, you could attempt to install VJoy anyways. It'll just freeze, and if it freezes for more than a minute, then you know that that's the problem. So instead, you want to unplug or turn off all of your devices. Then you install VJoy. Once VJoy is installed, it doesn't do anything. It's kind of like, well, okay, that's cool that you installed, but now what? What you need to do is you want to search. I know you can't see this on the side, but you want to search for VJoy space, actually configure space VJoy. So configure space VJoy. And once it comes up in your search, you launch it. And what you need to do is you need to change this here to 128, mostly because that's the most it can go to. So if I hover over it, there you go, possible value 0 to 128. So you want to set this to 128, then you click apply, and then you want to make sure that this enable VJoy is checked, and then you close out. Something to note is that if you want to play, and I only know of one game that has this problem, if you want to play Forza Horizon 5 with your wheel and get force feedback, you have to have the wheel as the first USB device in your list of USB devices. Now, the way to do that, the way that I do it at least, is for whatever reason, VJoy assumes the first USB device. No matter what I've done to try to fix it, and what I'll do is I'll show you in here VJoy. So in the configure VJoy, you saw this VJoy device 1, and then you can do 2 and 3 and 4. I've tried changing it to 2. It doesn't seem to work for me. I don't know why, and maybe I'm doing something wrong. But either way, I don't know if this is the number of USB devices that you can have, but regardless, this is the problem, is that because this claims the first USB, I don't know, entry in your PC, you won't get force feedback in Forza Horizon 5. Everything will work, but you will not get force feedback. So you could either launch this configure VJoy and then uncheck this enable VJoy, which basically turns it off. It's like unplugging, your virtual joystick. Um, and then you launch Forza Horizon 5 with your wheel turned on, and it should work with force feedback. However, then you have to remember to turn this back on when you're not playing Forza Horizon 5. So what I've done is I went online and looked at how to create, I think it's a batch file. Let me bring it up here. I did a batch file to, let me find that will disable and enable VJoy in Device Manager. So let me bring up Device Manager. And I know it's kind of a tangent, but this stuff is helpful, I believe. All right, so here is Device Manager. And under Device Manager, if I go to Human Interface Devices, the very last one is this VJoy device. Now, you can right-click and disable, which is a little bit easier than going in, finding the application, and unchecking that little box. But this is even a big pain in the butt. I don't like having to do any of this. Like, I understand that sim racing and some PC gaming in general is a lot of putzing around, and that's kind of the joy of it. I don't like doing this kind of thing. So, what I've done, let me just bring it up here, is, let's see, is it sim racing? MS2, no. Applications? Yeah. Ooh. Uh-oh. Do I really not have it? Oh, that's not good. I have to make these again. Come on. Let me look here. Anyways, I'm trying to find it. In-game wheel settings, SimHub stuff, no. Oh, man. I must have gotten rid of... Oh, scripts and other. Okay, oh, that was close. I just didn't want to have to do the searching and everything. So these are the two I have. So I have disable VJoy and enable VJoy. So if I right-click and open... no, I don't... Oh, here we go. I didn't Notepad. I still have to install some other applications. All right, so this is all it is. So I had to find this. This was the thing I had to find, and I don't even remember how I went about doing that. I think, let me see if I can figure it out. So you go to properties, you go to details. What is this? Let me see here. Device, oh, there we go. Device instance path. So this is this right here. Just put it in quotes. So you do pnp util / disable device to disable it, and then the other one is the same thing except it says enable device. So this will, for me, disable and enable VJoy via a bat file. Now, you still have to come in here and double click. That's where Stream Deck comes in. So I'm going to set these up right now. So in Stream Deck, I have to first move these to like my C drive. I'll move them to my F drive. So I'm just going to copy them there. I mean, I'm hopefully getting a new PC in about a week, so all this is kind of null and void. But, well, it kind of is. I mean, I still want to set up the Stream Deck with everything so that I won't have to redo all of my profiles again. So that is here. I'm just going to move this over. All right. So we have our enable and disable. So what we're going to do in Stream Deck is I'm going to go to my start screen. I am going to, what do I have here? Oh yeah, I don't want any of this stuff. Let me just delete all these. I'm just hitting the delete key and the arrow keys to delete all this stuff. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to move this, because this does the launch, the delay, and the switch. Yeah, this is the one that I want for all the games. I don't have all my games installed yet. So I think you can just drag this to 2. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is going, I'm just going to copy and paste this for all the games that I want. So I can go back to 1. I'm going to delete all these because I don't need any of this stuff. Don't need that or that. This is going to be, what is this? Why is it 12 actions? What the what? Oh, I used this to set up PlayStation Remote Play so I could play my PS5 on the PC, like in a window. Yeah, well, that's garbage. I mean, I still want that icon. I just don't need it to do all that stuff. All right, this I want to keep. What is this? Empty recycle. I don't care about that. Task manager. Don't care. Stocks. Definitely don't care. This is capture screen. What is this? Speed test. Ooh, let's see if that even works. Speed test running. I don't even remember this one. I Probably thought it was useless because why would I ever want to test my speed while I'm gaming? I think I was just trying to fill up spaces. Alright, well anyways, while that's going, this RGB light, so this is Windows, WLAN. What is this for? RGB lights. It has to be for overhead stuff. I don't know. I don't need that. Well, actually I do need that, but I'm going to rename it to Govee lights because that's actually what I want. I have a separate Govee light, or I want to set up a separate Govee light page in here so that I can turn my Govee lights on, off, change the color, sync them to SimHub, as well as, actually no, I have to do that on my wheel, but also change the brightness. So I'll do that some other time. That's not really that important. Race department, yeah, don't really care about that. Crew chief I want. Don't need any games. I'll redo all those. Steam I want to keep. Mouse maybe, because I know this goes to Windows control, which is here. Yeah, I might keep it, but well, for now I'll keep it. All right, so weather I do have, but I need to set that up. This one I don't know why. I'll have to see which plugins I'm missing. I'm not sure what these. So this time is actually just a clock. So let me see if the clock works okay here. Because what I want is I want it to be like this. I don't want 12 hours. So Chicago. Oh no, I don't need that. I'm not in Chicago. That's just my time zone. All right, so time. Open editor. Why is it do? Maybe it's default 24. I mean, it is 12:35 p.m. So we'll have to see once it gets past 1 o'clock. That's fine. Hours, minutes I don't care about. I mean, seconds I don't care about. Minutes I want. Colons I want flashing. Yeah, I like that better. Grid. I don't know what grid is. What if I change this? I have no idea what that is. Whatever. And then position scale 1. What if I go 2? Ooh, that's huge. 1 it is. All right, now I want to change. Do I have date? Okay, I kind of like the. Nah, I don't want the date on there. Do I? No. But I do want to change the font, and I don't think it's here. Let me just make sure it's not here. Yeah, no, it's not here. It's in here. Font size. What if I go 30? How big is that? Too big. Let's go 25. That just fits perfect, at least from what I'm viewing. Yeah, that looks good. Not a fan that I can't change the font, and maybe that's why I didn't use this one. Style. Default. Oh, maybe this is it. I bet this is it. Can I just go through these? Yeah. Okay, cool. Nope, 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 nope. That's a little bit better. That one. Ooh, I think that's the one that I had actually. Yes, this is the one that I had. Yep. I had a different color. I don't remember what color, but that looks good. That looks easy to pick up. All right, good enough. So we got our time set up. I do want to do the weather. I don't know if this is the one. Let's see here. Fahrenheit. Milwaukee. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. City not found. Don't give me that garbage. Fahrenheit. Milwaukee. Weather updates every 30 minutes or when you press. Leave the title empty. So show title, but leave it empty. Okay, I did that. And if I hit it, Well, there it is, 13 degrees. I don't want it to say, yeah, I had a different one for this. I don't like this because I don't like that it says Milwaukee. I don't care that it says Milwaukee. That's a bummer. And I'm guessing if I do that, it takes it away completely. Yeah, kind of figured. Okay. Well, I'm going to change the font or the color at least because that doesn't look good on that white. If I do black, you won't be able to see it. If I do, what about this blue? Nope. Might have to do that same kind of orangish yellow. What is that? That one's a little bit easier to read. I really don't like that it says Milwaukee though. This really kind of pisses me off. Let me look here. There was one that you actually, I think it's this one. This is not the one that I have. Let me look at this one. This one might be it. Okay, so let me go back to keys. No, not keys. Let me just get rid of that. See the new one. Okay, forecast I don't want. Let me see what weather looks like. Okay, that's already way better, but that's still not the one that I had. I do like that though. Show units. Oh. I actually don't mind this one. This is really cool. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. That one's better. Get rid of this one. Move this down here for now. I don't want speed. Don't have use for that. This one can get moved over. Crew chief I think I had here. Sim hub I had here. I don't want the title because I know what they are. Alright, so that's fine. This is still working. That's kind of crazy it's still working. This is to bring up this application that I'm using. Alright, so this here. I want this to just go to another tab. This one. Alright, so let's go to here. Let's go to 12 actions. We're just going to remove all. Can I just hit delete? Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so I just want one action and I want it to, let me minimize all these. This is like so busy looking. Alright, so we want to, this should be a regular navigation, switch profile, there we go. So we want to switch profile, and the profile is start screen still, but we want to go to page 2. So now when I hit that little racing car icon, it will bring me to the second thing. So I'll push it, bam, it goes to the second. That's perfect. Okay, so we got that all set up. Alright, I'm trying to remember what else the hell I had on here. I know this next one was Flight Sims. I had one for, what is it called? Lossless scaling. That I'll have to set up after I get the new PC. I don't even want to bother doing that now. So I guess what I could do is the games, but that's actually really simple. Let me actually go to my AC button box, and I want to figure out how to redo all these, because that's a problem. So I am going to search for, and I'll bring it over once I find the search here. So we're going to look for SimHub Stream Deck plugin or integration. I think that's what we want. Let's see here. I'll bring this over in a second. Let's make this smaller. All right. So I start a plugin. I think this might actually be it. Let's see. Stream Deck integration. I'm pretty sure this is it. Alright, don't need the sound. I think this is it. Oh, yep, I'm pretty sure this is it. Alright, so I just got the Stream Deck for use with motion software. Link to the extension. This is this is GitHub. Okay, so I am pretty sure SFX 100. Yeah. No, this is it. All right. So let's go to the latest. We will download the extent, or actually it should be this. Let's try it. Should be able to just launch it. There we go. Install. All right. So now I have this SFX sim feedback enable controller property. Really? This is real. No, this is not it. Yeah, no, this is not it. And okay, so we don't need that. That's not going to do anything for us. What else do I have? Let me just look at all my plugins here. I know there's one for iRacing too. This is just that one. Whether. Okay, well, that's a bummer. That's not the one I thought. Um, is it this one maybe? These are DLLs. All right, let me read the README. Maybe that'll help. Is running start motion, start feedback. I don't care about any of that. Show controller value? No. Yeah, see, this is just for like. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's just for like motion controls from what I'm getting here. All right, so that's not it. That's a bummer. Is this it? Let's see here. Great plugin for Stream Deck. Interacts with SimHub. Lets you trigger events. There wasn't much feedback after changing my brake balance. I needed to have something on my screen to get feedback, and I know something has changed. So that in mind, been able to get. Okay, so maybe this is it. Stream Deck plugin. I hope this is it. Let's see. Let's look what this looks like. Hotkey with flags. Reap. That is not it. In car. What is the in car? Brake bias. I think this is it. I think this is it. Okay, so if I do, all right, hold on. Let me get rid of that. It still doesn't show that it has the right plugin. I do need this because I know I've used this before. I have to figure out though which one it was that I was using because it's not this one either. It's driving me nuts. It's close because it has the 9 here. Oh, for crimini's sake. Step by step. Stream Deck integration. Is this it? Stream Deck SimHub plugin. I feel like this is the one I just downloaded. No, this is, yeah, property server. Okay. If this is the same one, then so be it. I'm just going to have to figure it out, but. Yeah, it should just be this. Let's see what that looks like. Hotkey? Let's see what hotkey looks like. Oh, look at that. It fixed it right away. Okay, see, now this is working because I just downloaded the right plugin. All right. So, I'll go through kind of how this works. It's you know what? Before I get too far, I am going to grab that and move it into my network drive so I don't lose it. Let's see here. Open a new window. Oh, new tab. Get it out of there. All right. Sorry, I'm just dragging this in here. Give me a sec. All right. That's saved so I don't forget that later. So the way that this works is you have this property server in SimHub. So if I click on this, this will give you, actually this doesn't, where's the thing that says all of the, available properties, there we go. All right, so depending on the game that you're driving, depending on the game that you're playing, different combinations of these properties are available. So in, let's say, Le Mans Ultimate, there is no plugin that will work for not the lights. I'm trying to think of something. Let's just say that the lights wouldn't work in SimHub, right? Let's say SimHub doesn't recognize that the lights are on. In theory, you see all of these, things here. If I go up here and I type in light, you will see this shift light 1, shift light 2, headlight flash. Here's another one for iRacing. Here's LMU, current light level percent. Flashlights again, dark mode, other lights enabled. So let's say I wanted to make this button change whenever I did a headlight flash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. I'll do Control C, click on another one, Control V, and what I want to do is I want to do this headlight flash. So what you need to do here to find the SimHub property, and this is where it gets kind of tricky, is it here? No. Is it property server? Text duplicate guild shaker profiles. I guess I can repair. No, I don't want to because my stuff is working. All right, I'm confused why this is not showing what I'm expecting. Is this the whole? Yeah, it's the whole window. All right, what am I missing here? Let me think about this. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so available properties is not it. I thought it would be. New window? No, that just opens it like this. I don't care about that. I thought for sure this was it, though. It's not here. It's not in features, I don't think. No. Control mapper I've already done. Controllers, that just shows what's plugged in. Why am I spacing on this? See, this is something I haven't done since 2024. I could have sworn it's here. Controls and events. I don't want emulation. Maybe it's this and it's just changed. But the problem that I have is if I do copy name, what does it look like here? Oh, it does. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. It didn't do that before. Or if it did, I didn't know. So in this case, I go to what I want it to react to. I'm going to do headlight flash. So I'm going to right click, copy name, come over here, paste it in. And title, I'm just going to do the same thing because it looks like that's what I did before. Display format. So F0 is the amount that's being changed, but with headlight flash, it's not an amount. It is just on or off, right? So I don't think we want any of that. I could be wrong. And right now it says true. So I don't know if that means that long key press. See, I don't want it to be a key press. I just want it to react to what's in the game. I might have to do a follow-up video because I don't exactly remember how I did that. I don't want to take the time right now. I just really want to get all the games set up and all of that junk because like I don't know if I said it in this video or the one that failed, but I don't use um, my Stream Deck as much for buttons as I used to because of the button box that I built. So this is more of a visual thing. I do want it for the seats though. I like the idea of having all the seat stuff on the Stream Deck, so I'll probably keep all of this. And these are just set to a hotkey of a keyboard value. So each one is just a different keyboard press. These are all the same. These are all just keyboard presses. I don't have them emulate any kind of controller button or anything because that's would have not only would have taken more time, but it would have made it way too complex when it didn't need to be. So this is another one, handbrake. So this is just if handbrake is true, then it will turn this color. Yeah. So yeah, so there's nothing here, and that means that for this, when this is true, I want it to be this. When it's false, I want it to be this. I think that's right. So I'll have to figure out what I want it to look like when I flash my lights. It's not going to be on this screen either. It's going to be on the first screen because this screen is only for, I don't even know what I would use this for. Because if I'm doing MGUK and engine brake and all this kind of stuff, I can do this all with my McLaren wheel. I don't know why I would ever do this on a round wheel. Um, so I'll likely figure something out with these. I do like the mirrors on the second page because very few games allow you to adjust the mirrors in game without pausing. So I'll probably keep these, and that's what this button does here. This will bring me to page 2 of the current, what is it called? Profile, because I always forget that word. So that I want to keep. Engine management, if I hit this, this also went to number 2 for all this stuff, which I probably won't use. ABS I won't use for plus minus, but I do want a readout of ABS as well. If my lights are on, I want that to show up, which is pretty cool. Camera management I won't need. I really don't need a lot of this stuff, but even like I guess what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create a readout of what the car is doing on this side of the Stream Deck, and on this side I'm going to keep it just for like view change. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really wish I remember which time thing I downloaded because it was really cool, but I don't mind the new one at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this, I'm going to copy it. There, now you can see how I do it. Go to AC Box and paste it here. I like having the time on every instance or every page so that I always know what time it is, because there's a lot of times where I'm racing and I just kind of forget where I am in the world and I just need to remember what time it is. So that helps. Just a quick glance and I'll know what time it is. We're almost at the point where I can confirm that it's 24-hour time instead of 12-hour time. What else we got? There is a lot missing here. My struggle right now is I forget a lot of what was here. Alright, so Steam should work if I hit the Steam button. Okay, good. So that brings up Steam. I don't know what else there is, really. I guess this is it for now. You know what? I'm going to do the Govee Light stuff because that was really fun. So I am going to add another page, and this is going to be the Govee Light page. Yep, so I want this to go to, no, I don't want it to be all of this. I don't need that. What I need, alright, fine. I'll delete. we will start over. So I want a button that will go to the next page. So switch profile. And this is going to be called Govee. Enter, enter, enter. Enter? Yeah. Lights. And I forget. So I want to go to. Oh, that's wrong. I don't want to go to a different profile. I want to go to a different page. Go to page. There we go. All right. Govee. Enter, 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 enter. Lights. And we want this to go to page 3. All right, so that's fine. Now I want to change the icon. So I want to go set from file. Gotta go up to network, just down here. Game stuff? No, that's right, it's under applications. Stream Deck. Nope. Icons. All right, so it wasn't automated, but it was. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me see if there's anything. Let me close this. Let me choose one so that it goes back there right away. That's fine. ACVO, I don't care. All right, so open Steam Deck icon library might actually be in here. So let me just look for Govee. Nope. All right. Well, now we know. Set from file. Let's go to Govee. Let's actually search for Govee. All right, so there it is right there. That's the one I want. I don't have to drag it, just double click. All right, so now I have my Govee lights. That looks okay. It looks okay. But I'm going to actually remove the Govee lights. I don't need to say anything now because I know what that icon is. There we go. So now when I click that, it will go to the third page. Now on here, if I type in Govee, oh yes. All right, so now I want an on-off. That I put in the middle, and I have 2 Govee lights, so I put that one there and this one here. And now I have to get the API key from Govee. Open Govee app, go to settings. Okay, I gotta do this on my phone. I should already have it, unless I have to ask for a new one. I might have to, I don't know. Alright, where's my Govee app? There it is. Alright, go to settings. Now where the heck is settings? Apply for API key. Where the heck? Oh, it's up there. I see it. Wow, this app's a little confusing for this. All right. I can't just get the API key. I have to apply for it. Ooh, that's annoying. I know I have it. Oh, wait, maybe I have it saved in my password safe. Let me look. That'd be nice if I didn't have to do this again. Govee. Oops, if I spelled it right. It keeps saying Givey. It's so stupid. Govee, not give. There it is. Okay, cool. API key. Oh my gosh, it is long AF. Alright, whatever. Let me just type it in. At least there's no caps or weird. Oh my gosh, it just closed on me. Come on, dude. Alright, where am I at? Oh, and I can't even see it. You have to be kidding me. Can I paste it like in a notepad? At least see where I'm at? Nope. Well, that bites the big one. I'm just going to type it in on my notepad and then I'll copy it over. Yep, that's annoying. All right, let's try this again. Why do you keep closing on me? Stop it. All right, home stretch. Okay, let me grab that, paste it in here. I like how they actually like mask the API key. That's actually really nice. So I actually could have typed it out in here. All right. So I can delete this one, and I will just copy and paste this one. All right. So the one that I want to do for this is we will do the neon rope light on this one. And over here we will do the sim lights. So now if I hit this, there we go. That turned on my neon lights. Turn that off. And then if I do this, that will turn on my overhead lights. I'm guessing, oh yeah, you can see like the reflection kind of. So if I turn that, that's my rope lights. I'll turn this one off. So my rope lights are on now, which you can't see because they're very, very dim. But they turn, yep, and then that turns on. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me turn them both off because I don't care. Those are set. All right, so now I had, let me see here, we want to change color. And the device is, yeah, we're going to do neon rope lights over here. And I have icons for all this, so I go set from file. At least I better have them. I had ones that I called Govee. Govee lights, yes. All right. So, rope, I have different colors. So I'm going to do this one as blue. Double click. So now if I click this, it will change the rope lights to blue. I'm going to, oh yeah, I have to change this. So I'm going to make that, I think it's this blue, I don't remember. I'll have to figure that all out if that's the exact color. But, so that's blue. The next one, I'll just copy, paste, 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 paste. And then for brightness, I had 100, and then I had 50, and then I had, yeah, and then I had 25. I forget what I put all down here. I'll have to try to remember that. All right, so for this, set from file, and it should be rope 100. And then for this one, I made all these before. This took way too long to make. But anyways, rope 50. And then this is rope 25. And you'll see that like the icons, you won't be able to see it much on the act. Oh no, you can see it actually on the Stream Deck. That's cool. I didn't think it would show up that easy. But this is like really bright. The second one's not quite as bright, and the third one is the least bright icon. All right, so now we have blue here. I'm going to do this one as, let's do this one as yellow. Okay, and then we are going to select the yellow icon for the rope. Rope yellow. I'm going to do white as the top one because that's the brightest. So this we want, where's white? Can I just do that? Yeah. Okay, and then we want this to be the rope white. All right, we we also have teal. I think this is the teal that works well. I think these are both the same, but I'm going to try this one. I'll run through these at some point. Alright, so this, I want to select teal, rope teal. I have red, which I'll do, I think I have pink, so I'm going to do red up here. Yellow, pink, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I can always move them around, that's the beauty of this. So this one I'm going to make red. Okay. And rope red. Then we'll do purple. I'll do purple over here. I don't know, whatever. I don't know why I keep clicking on that. Alright, purple. I forget which purple you have to choose to make it actually look purple. I'll try this. I mean, it's purple to my eyes, but with the light, it's different because of how bright it is. And I don't think I changed this here. I think I left it right in the middle for all of these. I can always tweak it later. Alright, this is purple. Then we have pink. Yeah, I think yellow was like over here instead, so move this down here. Pink is down there. We'll move yellow there for now. Alright, so this is, oh my gosh, every time. Alright, pink, we're going to do this. I think this is too red. I'm going to do this one. Even though it looks purplish, but I think that's the right color. Set from file, we have pink. Light power. What else do we have? Blue we did. Oh, green. Green is the last color. And green I'll do up here. Yeah, because this makes sense here. I'm going to put yellow down here. I'm going to put blue up here. Then we're going to do teal and green here. Yeah, yellow is kind of on its own. Alright, yep. And this is blue already? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to make this green, and I think it's this green here, if I remember correctly. Set from file, and now we do rope green. So now I can change the color. You won't be able to see it, so there's no point, but I will show you for these other lights, which you will see change the color of the Stream Deck. All right, let me actually move this up. I didn't realize that this window, hold on. Hopefully you saw everything I was doing before. I forgot that I have the overlay of my Stream Deck down here, so move this up so I don't accidentally show you something that you can't see. All right, so yeah, so I can turn on my overhead ones, and right now it is set to green. So what I'm going to do actually, can you, no, you can't choose multiple, can you? Darn, that's a bummer. All right, so I'm just going to Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So I'm copying all of these, and actually I copied them into the wrong spot. Oh no, that is the right spot. Yep, I have to move this over. That's why. All right, so that's yellow. This is supposed to be green. I did not choose green for this. Hold on. Rope green. Why does it show like that? It looks terrible. That is not green, not even close. I'm going to have to figure that one out. Okay, and then white. All right. Yeah, actually I can do all these too. It's just less things to have to set up. Is it less? I don't know. It might not be. All right, so for these, I want these all to be the sim lights. Ooh, I do not want it to show that though. Why does it show title? This doesn't say show title. Oh, it does. Okay, I have to change that. All right, so if you don't want it to automatically show the title every time you open a button or create a button, you want to go to, is it style? Yeah. So this is your default, right? So whenever you set up a new button, this is going to be your default. So I don't want to show the title, and I don't want to show the dials. Apply. So now, when I do sim lights for this next one, hopefully it won't show that I'm a liar. I'm going to go to sim lights. Oh, it still shows it because I already created it. That's why. Yep, that's why. Okay, well, I'm just going to get rid of them then. I don't know why it doesn't show up for these. Did I not choose? I did. I chose rope. Oh, and there it shows it. Interesting. But why wouldn't it show it here? I chose neon rope light. So it must be the default for this brightness. This brightness must automatically show, whereas this does not. Oh, it does. I give up. Yeah, I'm going to delete these and reset them up. All right, so we're going to go to on off. And is it still default? Oh, it is still default. Okay, well, I'm screwed either way. That's fine, whatever. Let me just set these back on. This is not toggle. Yeah, this is not toggle. I want brightness. Brightness, and I'm just going to copy paste. So I'll undo the title. Neon rope lights. Set this to rope light. Where is it? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, so now I can copy this, and then I can just change this to, so this is 100. This one is 50. And this one is 25. Doesn't tell me it's 25. It's kind of weird. Yeah, whatever. All right, so this one needs to be 50. Set from file. I feel like those changed a little bit, but maybe not. It's 25. All right, so now this says show tile, but we found out it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay, so now all of these I just have changed to, oh, what? Yeah, this should be neon rope light. What did I do? Neon rope light, neon rope light. Weird. Yeah. These all changed to sim light. So sim light, sim light, sim lights, sim lights. This actually probably isn't that much less work than just doing them all fresh. But whatever. Yeah, it kind of is because I won't have to choose the colors. Sim lights. Okay. So I have, yes, so I have all of these set up to sim lights. This is also sim lights. This needs to be sim lights, and sim lights. Okay. Now we just got to change these icons on everything. So set from file. And now we have flow. Wait, let me move this over here so I know what I'm doing. All right, so this is the 100. Is that it? Oh, that does not look like what I used. Hold on. Let me just make sure this does not look like the right one. I feel like I created a better one than that. No, I guess that's it. Paint bucket. Yep, nope, that's it. All right, that's fine. Change this one. Oops. This is the 50. And this is the 25. Okay. Those are set. Oh yeah, gotta change all these. So this is red. Where's red? Okay. Oops. Stop it. This is purple. This is pink. This is yellow. Nope. Yellow. This is green. I'm hoping that it's right for this. Yeah, see, that's the right color for that. I don't know what happened with the other one. This was teal. Where's teal? There we go. Blue. Okay, so I guess what I could do here is if I do this, you can't really see like, yeah, this is probably good enough. You'll be able to see it. Reflect. All right, so if I do blue, you'll see this reflection turn blue. I don't like that check mark. I thought I removed that, but whatever. If I do teal, now it kind of looks whitish teal, but it's teal. If I look up at it, here's green. Now it's green. Yellow turns to yellow. It almost looks reddish orange, but it's very yellow. Here's pink. Here's purple, which is a darker version of pink, red, and white. So now I have all of those colors set. I can also change it to like, I don't know if you'll, well, let's do 50. Yeah, you see it go down. And if I go 25, you see it go down just a touch more. Go back up to 100, and now I can turn it back off. So now I have all my Govee light stuff set, which is awesome. So that's good. My games need to be done. I know I have a ton. I had this filled to the brim. I wish I could just like say copy to all. There were a couple that I had set up different, I think, for VJoy. Yeah, I think these two. So I'm going to make these VJoy controllers. So if we go to, I think it is, it's not tools, it's not speed test, it's like some kind of launch thing. It's not, oh, here we go. I think it's this. Let's see if this is it. Advanced launcher. Yeah, run as administrator. Okay. So now what I need to do for this, I choose the file. So I'm going to make this to be enable VJoy. So we need to go to F, and I'm just going to double click on the batch file I created. So that is going to be enable. So I'm going to go here, enable, oops, enable VJoy. Okay, now I'm going to run as administrator, and that should be it. Now I'm going to make another one exactly like that, except this will be disable and run as administrator, but this time I'm going to choose the disable, and you should be able to hear when I hit it. So here's disable. That turns off VJoy. Enable turns VJoy back on. And you can see that actually if I go to Control Mapper here, you'll see VJoy, it says connected. If I turn it off, you will see this, maybe, eventually, possibly. Okay, so I have to click off of it and back on. But if I enable it, and I click off and back on, it'll be connected. So now I can quickly click one of these buttons whenever I'm playing Forza Horizon 5. So before I launch Forza Horizon 5, I will disable VJoy. Then I click on my Forza Horizon 5, which I have to change this to, and then I can play it with force feedback. Then when I'm done with the game, I just click the enable VJoy again, and that enables it for all my other games. Okay, so I feel like that's the biggest bulk of this. These game ones are pretty simple, but when I'm switch profile to start screen. Oh, see, I did all of that copying for no reason. All right, let me go back out. Let me delete all these. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm going to create one that works 100%, and then I will figure all the other ones out. So let me just create this for Le Mans Ultimate, because that's what I have. So 3 actions. This is going to be for Le Mans Ultimate. I don't think this works in here. Let's see if it does. It might. No, it does not. It'd be nice if it did, but it's fine that it doesn't. So that's good. I don't think I need a delay. 10 seconds? No, I don't need that. I'm gonna do 1 second. This is in milliseconds, so 1,000. That's good. And then I want to navigate to the AC button box. Page 1. Perfect. So that is what I want for everything that is not ATS, ETS, or iRacing, right? ATS, ETS, and iRacing. Yep, that's it. So this should be set up. Let me hit it. It's going to launch the game. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do to my recording. And it went to the button. It went to the correct screen because I forgot what the frickin' name is again. Profile. Holy hell. All right, so I'm recording in 4K, so that's actually good. So you can see the game here running. Cool. I'll just exit out because I don't need to run it. But now at least I know it launches the game and it changes profiles. Oh, I remember I did that. All right, so let me exit. I have to run this game on 1080p to get my 120 frames a second, unfortunately. So even though I'm recording this in 4K, when I'm not doing this kind of stuff, I actually, that's another thing I have to set up, is I have shortcuts to change my desktop, what's it called? Holy crap, am I struggling? Resolution. Holy cow. So I have different buttons that I have with it's an application called, I want to say it's Display Magician. Yeah, I think it's called Display Magician. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to set different resolutions and then save those resolutions as a shortcut. And then what I do is I set up buttons so that I actually have it set up on my start screen down here, but I'll have buttons down here. One is going to be for 4K surround. Another one will be for 1K surround, which is triple 4K, triple 1K. I have a single 4K for when I'm not playing sim racing and I'm doing standard gaming. I also have another one for changing the resolution to the same as my Steam Deck, not my Stream Deck, but my Steam Deck, so that when I do any kind of game streaming, I won't it won't have to like adjust the display size to match the stream or the Steam Deck. It'll just automatically go into the game, which is nice. So I have a Steam Deck setting, and I also have the shortcut key for Steam Deck set up on my Steam Deck so that I can remote into my PC if it's not in this mode, and I'll hit the button to change the resolution, and then I remote into it again with the correct resolution. So that's what that does, and then I have another one for triple. Oh, I have another one for triple 1080p no surround, and another one for triple 4K no surround. Yeah, so surround 4K, surround 1K, triple 4K, triple 1K, and then 4K single, and then Steam Deck. Yeah, so six buttons actually. And those I had set up. I don't think is it a macro? I feel like it's advanced launcher. Hold on, let me see what macro does. Keystroke, maybe this is it. Single character or single keystroke. This is, I don't think this is it. Let me try it. Control Shift B. Nope, that's not it. I don't even know what that did in my computer, but it just did something. I don't know. Whatever. I'll have to look up what Control Shift B does. All right, so this isn't it, so I can get rid of that one. Sticky repeats the same keystroke, repeats a keystroke, repeats the same macro again and again. Toggle between two separate sets, super macro. Let's try this one. I think this is the one. Nope. Short press for macro, long press for macro. Let's do Control Shift F. Nope, that's not it. So it's definitely not that one. Oh, come on. Should be something really easy. System hotkey. Is it hotkey? Hotkey. Control Shift V. There we go. That's all it is. All right. So it's hotkey. So, um, yeah. So in that application, which I don't have installed, I'm not going to bother installing it on this PC, but you have a shortcut of like Control Shift and then a key, and you set that all up. So I tie like Control Shift C, I think was for 111K, for instance. So I would map that to this button. Sorry, to this button. And then what I did is I had a cool animated icon. Oh, I hope I saved it. Let's see if it's in here. 3D effects, matrix. I think this is it. Yeah. Let's see if this is it. That's pink. I know I had some really good clean ones, and now I don't know. Variant A. What the hell are all these? Hot coffee. That's not animated. Okay. Go back to animated. Color matrix, here we go. Okay, so I would have something like, not that one. Oh my gosh. Why can I not find them? Lime. Why? Okay, this is kind of chafing me now. These are all PNGs. These are not animated either. All are lies. Alright, let me go back. I don't have them down here. I have Tetris, Rainbow, Umbrella, Vertical Lines. What's that one? Oh, that's kind of hyper. Oh my gosh, if I didn't save it, it's going to really chafe me. Fireplace, flash, frame, game over. Wow, Matrix. Nope, that is not it. Alright, let me go back to icons and just search for Matrix. Oops, if I could spell it right. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't even remember where I found those. That stinks. Um, yeah, that really stinks. Animated backgrounds? Oh no, this is that whole, yeah, forget that, I don't need that. What goes well with changing? I could do the old school 3D effects. That thing's so weird. I don't know how that shows up. Oh yeah, it shows up pretty good in the bottom here. It's pretty cool. All right, I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to find those. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so I do want to change this icon, so I'm going to do set from file. And this is where it gets a little sticky because I don't remember which one I'm using. I want to say it's this 172. Do I have, so I have programs. Do I have games? No. Let me see what programs. Nope. Oh, maybe this is it. What does this look like? Oh, this is the really simple one. I don't hate it, but I'd rather have the game. Alright, let me see here. Let's try this 215 games cover, I think is what I want. ACC. Yeah. Okay, so that's the same one, which is fine. I just want to make sure that I found the spot. Cancel. So if I put it here, and let's say I make this one Seto Corsa. Seto Corsa, where is it? There it is. first. That's the first game. This is the second game. Then I also have AC. Oops. Then I have AC Evo. Hopefully they have it in here. I forget what's in here. So, of course, Evo. Okay, and then I have Rally. That seems too new, but we'll see. So, of course, they don't have a C Rally either, so I'm going to figure that one out. I'll have to find one for that. Okay. So I did this, and I didn't even do the Le Mans Ultimate, so let me put it down here. Set from file. Then I'll do Le Mans Ultimate. Oops. Here we go. Oh, there's a lot of different ones. I don't like that one. Just want the regular one. Oh, that one's not terrible, but I don't like it because I can't read it at all. I'd rather just have the box art. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so this one is already set with Le Mans Ultimate, right? Yep. So that will be my Le Mans Ultimate button. At some point, I'd love to have all of these animated, but someday I'll find time to do that if I want. All right, so we have the basics, the basic of the basics. We have our Govee, which is important because I use it a lot. Sim Hub, Crew Chief. I want my Windows one too. Because I do have my window. Yeah, I have my Windows shut down. Every once in a while, I use that instead of having to go to Windows key and then click on shutdown. I like just hitting the button instead. So we will go to navigation, switch profile, and we want this to be Windows. I don't know if they have one like that. Yep, this is the one that I want. Hello? What the heck? Oh! Oh, weird. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can change on the fly. See, I don't use these that much. Yeah, I like the blue one better. Alright, so now when I press that, that did not go where I wanted. Oh, because I haven't set it up yet. Hello. So I want this to go to Windows Shutdown. So now when I click it, it goes to my Windows Shutdown. And now these, yep, these should all be set up. Yep, perfect. Start screen. Alright, so this is basic. This is kind of a good start. There's a lot more to it that I'm going to have to do, but it's a good start. Just trying to think of what else I really should have on here. The games one is the biggest one. I also want to make sure that on this one here, I don't need camera because I have that on the wheel. Force feedback, I have, do I have that on the wheel? I don't think I do. Let me look what I have for control mapper. No, I don't have force feedback. Maybe I should do that. I'll leave it there for now. But I definitely like the bottom here. I want to have like other applications that I use while I'm in a game. So I'll probably have, oh, that's something I don't have yet, is what's it called? Hold on. Start screen, page one. The wheel, the wheel software. So I just want advanced launcher, and I want it to be, I think it's on C, hopefully. Simpro 2, that's what I want. Now there should be something that says like fix the icon. Oh, there we go, fix tiny icons. There we go. It still looks disgusting. I'll probably change it, but at least I know what it is now. So now if I hit that, it should open it. It didn't open it. Oh, it did. There we go. It's opening. I didn't realize I closed it. Okay, and I have it open. I have it set to open minimize, so that's perfect. I'm going to say that's it for this. I might do a follow-up, I might not, but either way, hopefully it's helpful. I know I meant to do something like this many years ago, probably like 3-4 years ago, but I never did, so that's it.